What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren Frost. Today, I'm giving you guys an updated version of the Dragonic Vermillion, the Blood deck profile. This has been a long time coming since set 6, and we're now already in set 8. So we're already like 2 sets late to the party, but that's okay. You know, some things do come good in time, and I do want to try and give you guys good content to look at and a full list that you guys can maybe test out on your own or something like that. But I didn't do this by myself when I did this video. I had a little bit of help from a friend who was a very big Narukami player, and me being not so knowledgeable about Narukami, I decided to ask for his help, and in a way I did recreate his look, recreate his deck a little bit, but there are some things that this deck does not have, which I will let you guys know what that's about, because my choice of cards are a bit different than his, but it just comes down because he does love the deck more than I do. And also, this deck is still inspired by Naoki Ishida, from the original's Vanguard set. Now, you all can justify and say, like, well, Kai had it first. True. He did master Narukami the first time. However, eventually on some of the other later seasons, it's Naoki who became the official Narukami player. So, give or take on that one. And he is the first one who inherited the reverse in the Joker series. So, this deck to me is still under Naoki Ishida. So, you guys can say Kai, but to be fair, Kai is the king of dragons for Kagero. So, that's all I'm going to spill a little tea on. So, without any further ado, let's hop right into this video, starting with the right deck. So, I am starting to convert more things into the energy counters, which is this guy right here. It's just an easier, reduce more space in your field a little bit instead of using those energy chargers, which I don't mind using still, but I feel like this could still be qualifying for something, pretty much, just in case if you don't want to use the energy generator itself or something like that of the sort. So I'll cover up Lukier's breasts. So for our grade 0, we're still using Sparkade Dragoon for our grade 0. Red River Dragoon for our grade 1. Sorry for the glare, you guys. The lamp is actually literally right up here. So I am just trying to find a little bit of special light, some good lighting, just so we can get this better. For grade 2, we have Thunderstorm Dragoon. And then we also have, he told me, and this is the one thing I've been asking a question on for some time, but he did say, because of the cross ride and stuff like that, this is no longer a cross ride itself. Vermillion is his own unit, pretty much. Unless story foretells is that the original Vermillion evolves into this. So, give or take on that one. But we are using Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, the Blood, for our main grade 3 for the deck. What this guy does, because we can finally say it, his first continuous effect is, during your turn, if your soul has Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, this unit gets 5,000 power. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets a critical, +1 critical. And all of your front row rear guards get 5,000 power. Okay? And if this other skill is an active one, so it's blue, it's a 1-turn thing with a Soul Blast required. Until the end of the turn, when this unit would attack, choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards, and this unit battles all of the units on the chosen rear guards and your opponent's Vanguard. So, it does the same thing as the original Vermillion. Now, the other skill is green, 1 turn again. At the end of the battle this unit attacked, if you played a normal order this turn, and your opponent's damage zone has 4 or less cards, discard a card from your hand, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and deal 1 damage. So, it's kind of just saying that maybe... Wait, let me go double check on something here for a second here. Let me double check. Okay, so in some ways, it just acts the same way as Kaiser Vermillion. So, it's just nothing pretty much new right there. No shocker. So, maybe it's not so new, but the card itself is brand new to me. So that's why. But yeah, this is a confirmed ride line, pretty much. And of course, we are still using the Dragon Empire sleeves, so I use the red sleeves for Dragon Shield. Dragon Empire, sorry. So that's the ride deck right there. Now onto the main deck, which of course, you guys know my grade 0 lineup already by now, which some of you are like, girl, start using something else. Maybe one day. I'll hop on the train another time. So we are going to try and make it more Dragonic themed, but what else is new? So for heals, I got 4 Blaze Maiden Reonys. For 8 crits, we have 4 Conduct Spark Dragons to make the theme for the Thunder Dragon theme. And we also have 4 Burning Flail Dragons for our last 8 criticals. And of course that's going to show a little glare, but ignore it for now. It'll be okay. 3 Blaze Man Paramas, because I do like the front ability a lot more. And plus, with Vermillion's ability to give the power to the front row, you want to make sure the front row has a lot. Now, in my friend's deck, his own version of it, he plays 3 draws instead of fronts, because he rather prefer to have the draw power more than anything, which, okay, I get that. You know, a lot of people want to have a bigger hand, a bigger size, but for me, I just want to try to go straight for the kill. But again, that doesn't always work sometimes, but you know, that's why we all test different things. So I just chose the 20k shield value for Parama, and then of course we have Dragveda for our choice of overtrigger. I think he has a different overtrigger of choice that he wanted to use. It's one of the Credit Elementals, but I just don't remember which one. I'll have to look at the picture again that he allowed me to take a picture of, so I can recreate this deck, but with grade 1s and 2s and 3s of the choice. So he did help me out with that. So this is just my own version of it, and again, guys, this is my own character deck profile that Naoki might by now is probably my age, which is 36 years old. Graduate from college, have kids and all, whatever, with the girl who played Maiden of Venus Trap Reverse. I forgot what her name was back then. I gotta find out her name, but yeah. So that is my grade 0 lineup, and of course we're using orange sleeves because Naoki's Naoki's Vanguard circle is orange. I think it is, yeah. Because Kai's is red, so Naoki is orange. There we go. Work. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I did differently for this deck, because it's just going to be a little bit more complicated, because he had to guide me through this. So for grade 1s, we maxed out on 4 copies of Spark Spike Dragon. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this card, or I don't know how to explain it to you, but I'm going to say it again. So it has 2 continuous effects and 1 automatic ability. So the first one is, if you have a Vanguard with Narukami and its clan, this card is only for Narukami. Okay, so that's the restriction right there. Other one is, if you have a Vanguard with Narukami and its clan, all your other rear guards in the same column as this unit gets 5,000 power. If your Vanguard attack hit 2 or more times this turn, they get 10,000 instead of 5,000. Okay, that's where Kaiser Vermillion's ability comes in. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your Vanguard attacked 2 or more times, I can't tell. Oh, Energy Blast 3. Yeah, Energy Blast 3 and draw a card. So this is from the Set 3 collection. So basically 5 sets ago now, I think. No. Yeah, 5 sets ago. Okay. So this has been one of the new cards, and I did max out the frame rarity version of this. So okay, I think that's okay. So let's move it right here. Okay, that's as close to becoming less glitchy than normal, but that's just what it is. And of course, he said we still play 3 Rising Phoenixes, give or take, because that card is still good, and it can rise up from the dead, pretty much. Now, this is a one card he says a one of, but you can do however you like it. This is a Summit Flare Dragon. If your G zone has 2 or more or has no cards, this card gets all the following effects. Hand ability. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, discard this card and put a total of 2 cards from your soul or drop that were in the right deck into the right deck face up. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 3 or greater card with a different card name from your Vanguard. From among them, reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle the deck. If you did not reveal a card, put this card into hand. Okay? When this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's drop has 4 or more cards, this unit gets 5,000 to the shield until the end of that battle. If your opponent's G zone has a card, bind a grade 3 or greater card from soul or drop, and this unit gets 10,000 until the end of that battle. Okay, so maybe it's a one of, but it does bring up a vibrant question, a lot of things. So there's that. Why that glare so bad? Now, he does have a different perfect guard idea for this, but I chose 3 copies of Sparkle Rejector Dragon for my choice, and 1 Elementaria Sanctitude because he does play that. So, give or take, I don't mind this being like pretty good. But again, you guys, Narukami for me was never my key point, and it was a deck that I've always had a struggle matchup with from years ago when I played Pale Moon. I don't know if you guys want to see an updated version of Pale Moon, but because I know you're probably all be like, well, did you just disrespect Luke here again and play Odium and all stuff? You know what? I'm allowed to play any female decks possible, okay? So keep your mouth shut. Now for grade 2s, I maxed out on the new one from the Set 6 collection. This is Demonic Dragon Nymph Kasin. I almost said Kaisen, but Kasin. If you only have a Vanguard with Narukami in its clan, this card's only from Narukami. Okay. When this unit is placed on rearguard from hand, if your Vanguard with Narukami in its clan, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose the 1 card with Vermillion in its card name and only Narukami for its clan, or up to 1 Eternal Thunderbolt from among them. Reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle the deck. If you reveal the card, choose a card from your hand and put it into your soul or discard it. When this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 grade Vanguard Vermillion in its card name and only Narukami in its first clan, Counterblast 1. This unit gets 10,000 power into that battle, and at the end of battle, bind this units. So, my friend told me to max out completely on Kasin. Let me see here. Can I say it? Sure. No. Okay. So I have to put it like in the middle here. So there's Kasin. And then this is the substitute I have because I don't have Shinri in this deck, and he does because she's an expensive ass promo. It's like, girl, why are these things so damn expensive? So I have Dragonic Deathscythe for the temporary host until we get those cards. So, and I heard she's getting a reprint in the Zero Tendo starter deck again, from the manga deck. So maybe I'll pick up 4 of those and see what happens. You know, I'll keep a play set for myself. We'll see. And then for the next 2 cards, we have 2 copies of Bellicosity Dragon. Now this is for Kagero, but this card is considered Dragon Empire, so you're free to use it. If you have a Vanguard with only 1 clan, and your G zone has no cards, this card gets all the following effects. When this unit is put on rearguard, Energy Blast 3, and put a card from your hand into Soul, and draw 2 cards. When your Vanguard attacks, this unit gets 5,000 power into the turn. So this card is actually pretty damn good to put a copy of Vermillion in from your hand into Soul, and therefore it gets all the following effects. The blood will get the following effects perfectly. Work. And here's my personal Regulus piece choice, because he plays Fire Regalia, which I don't have right now currently, but I do have my favorite one, Protection Twin Cast. So this is my favorite Blitz order. Hallelujah. I think for me it's perfect, but give or take. So we technically have 11 grade 2s in the deck here. So probably not too much. Now for grade 3s, we're still maxing out with the blood for personification, persona rideability. We're maxing out Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion For our 4 of, we have 2 copies of Rockcore Hammer Dragon. And I finally got the shiny ones. They're all promos, which is great. Because you guys know me. I want to play a set of everything. And then we were playing 2 copies of Eternal Thunderbolt right there. So, give or take on that one, you guys. This is how my friend had it. This is what I think is my best option too. And I'm very open to trying new things and different stuff. But that is it for the update video for my Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion The Blood deck profile. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I know it means a lot to me to hear some feedback and what your thoughts are and all that good shindigs. Now, here's the thing. If you guys like the content I do create on my channel, please subscribe to my channel and show some love, or comment down below. See what I have to offer, and thumbs up for this channel, rate it, and you know, let me know what you guys think about this deck. If you guys think you have a better idea, comment down below. I'm open for suggestions. You know, like, I want to, you know, I know my content is not always that great because either it's the lighting or maybe it's just not what people will like, and that's okay. You know, this is my own version, this is my channel, and this is what I like doing, and if it's not what you guys are into, you guys don't have to go watch it, but if you guys are into, like, what I have to hear and try to make this the best experience I can, I am open for it. But anyways, you guys, thank you again. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to look at another deck profile coming up pretty soon. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. So thank you all so much, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. And always, sorry, I'm your host, Siren Frost, signing out.